Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building. Jordan, I have it on good authority that Kyle Shanahan goes to SeaWorld and throws dynamite in the dolphin tank.
Oh, we got to get him out of there.
Got to get him out of there, bro. You can't trust this guy on the West Coast at all.
That's cruel.
You got to get him out of there, bro. I mean, as a diehard 49ers fan.
Yep.
He's got to go. He's got to go. Breeze Nation, what's good, man? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Got a lot to get into on today's edition of the Morning Breeze. Got to talk about what Caleb Williams pinpoints as the biggest change to this Chicago Bears offense. Also, injury report is out. It's getting better, but there's one name on there that is a little bit concerning. We'll talk about how concerning we should be about that name listed on the injury report. And finally, our three keys to a Chicago Bears victory over the Minnesota Vikings. We can do it. Kind of.
Come on.
Maybe.
Come on.
I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, the date is 11/21/2024. It's 7:02 in the dang morning, and Kyle Shanahan likes to punt Penguins.
Oh, no.
Let's go.
We'll take him.
Got to get him up out of there. This guy's a dangerous man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm keeping that going all the way through the opposite, bro.
He ripped the tags off of mattresses.
Just putting the worst of the worst out there. All true, by the way. It's all true. It's all true.
All true.
Breeze Nation, what is good, man? It's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. I need y'all to go ahead and do me a favor real quick. Go ahead and
come on. Mm-hmm. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Push the goddamn button, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with your boy. What's going on, guy? How you feeling, man?
Hey, I'm feeling good. I ain't gonna lie. I could get used to this 7 o'clock start.
The 7 o'clock start is not bad, brother. The 7 o'clock start is not bad.
Might have to make that change.
Hey, listen. If the chat is rocking with it, we might have to make that change to the 7 o'clock start. Now, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love, man. A lot to get into on today's episode. Let's jump straight into it, because only problem with the 7 o'clock start is we lose about 10 to 15 minutes, but prime sleep is being gotten. You know
prime
what I mean?
Sleep. Yeah,
prime
beautiful sleep. Beautiful.
I mean, great sleep, phenomenal sleep, a beautiful sleep. Let's start it off here, JC.
Let's do it.
Chicago Bears have a very interesting change to the offense versus the Green Bay Packers. I think that all of a sudden we just turn around and we're like, oh, this thing works. When did this thing start working? And Caleb Williams, when asked about, some of the biggest changes to the offense yesterday, talked about why it seemed like there was so much of a change. And there was one thing that just really, really stood out in my mind. Shout out to JC Franklin.
Hey,
he's back. He's been through the 5 stages of Bears grief.
Oh,
I'm in acceptance now. The Bears suck.
I get it.
I get you, brother. I get you, brother.
Welcome home.
But no, listen, I honestly think that the Chicago Bears, when you heard Caleb Williams pinpoint this thing, it stood out so much, and it speaks to what some of the issues were, and again, why I feel like this could be something that sustains itself moving forward. He talked about how the second the play ended, he had Thomas Brown in his ear calling the next play. He had Thomas Brown in his ear ready to go. Hey, yo, we got this going. All right, here's the play. Boom. And when asked if they simplify the offense for him, he said, no, nothing changed. When asked, did they tell you that you need to take off more? No, nothing changed. Like Thomas Brown literally came in and didn't shift. I said shift anything around this team.
Right.
SHIFT.
All right.
Didn't change anything around this team. Of course, you can't change a ton in 3 days.
Right.
And we saw an offense that looked completely different versus probably the best defense we've played to this point, maybe outside of Houston. And it literally was just, he said, we felt more comfortable because the plays were coming in so quick. I'm able to call the play. We get to the line. Everybody's relaxed. Everybody's more calm. We kind of can assess what's going on. We can make checks. Nothing is rushed. Like, those are things, again, where I just look at Matt Eberflus if he made the decision. I just look at Ryan Poles if he made the decision, right? And I go, these are the moments where I want to see you have worked with your signal caller. These are the moments why I say I'm concerned that you didn't work with the signal caller before. I'm concerned that this guy was here and Thomas Brown was in the background the entire time just going, no, maybe we can speed that up a little bit. Maybe, no, I shut up. Don't worry about it.
Just waiting his turn.
You know what I mean? Because it's just, it's sad that Caleb Williams had to go through this for the first 9 games of where we talk about him, right? We talk about him just sitting there, you know, all right, boys, we got hold on, let's break it out.
Oh,
right.
The tablet of
all right, we got the tablet here. Hold on, give me a second. Hey, okay, we're gonna run. Okay, getting the T.
Right.
God
no.
dang it.
Got 15 seconds.
Getting the T formation. T formation.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
Like the fact that you put your young quarterback through that as the start, like it's just, again, it's sad, but seeing that the difference made is just the play coming in, the speed of the play, the confidence that the play caller has in calling the play. Like it's literally just like, no, this guy believes in what he's calling.
Yeah.
Like it's just seeing something so simple change. And I talked about this with J-Mac yesterday. And I think as fans underestimate this. And I include myself in fans. But I try to educate myself. One of the most important things in football is the merriment. Merriment? I think that's the right word. The merriment.
Merriment, yeah.
The marrying, whatever it is. I don't know. Merriment might be the wrong word there.
That's all right.
I didn't go to college. The play caller, the quarterback having to send the plays in, and then the perfect ballet that has to happen on the field. The accountability happening in practice and stuff like that, but the perfect ballet that has to happen on the field just for a single play to run.
Mm-hmm.
And if it starts off from the signal caller, I gotta hold on. I got a spider. Oh, there's a spider on there. All right, hold on. I'll get him off there. No, that's not the play. I got a T. If it starts off that bad,
yeah,
your play was doomed from the start.
Yep.
And I'm actually impressed by how well Caleb Williams was able to hold up. And you see it in the plays, right? There's a couple of plays in the Patriots game where there's one that stands out in my mind. There's one read on the play. It's Cole Kmet. The play is called. I don't know if Caleb messed it up or if Shane Waldron messed it up. The play is called. The entire offensive line shifts left. The running backs shift left. They're blocking. There's one hot route on the play. It's Cole Kmet. He shifts right. Caleb rolls left, and you literally just see him go, all right. It just like lays down for the sack. Like it's things like that where it's just like, again, how did you not see this? But you didn't work with that guy. You didn't have experience with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem to me. How they do things up there is a problem. And at least we've got this part fixed. And hopefully that's something that continues versus Minnesota.
Hopefully it does continue, man. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Nothing's been simplified. I love the fact that he said they didn't reinvent the wheel, but really what it was really about is about putting in extra work during the week of practice. You know, he cited tough practices. You know, like you mentioned, play calls are coming in faster. He's not feeling rushed. He doesn't feel like he's in his head. You know, all the small things are being addressed. And that's what it really is, right? Sometimes that's the difference between a win, even though we didn't get a win. That's the difference between having an efficient offense and an offense that actually looks modern age versus an offense that looks archaic or that just doesn't look like it can get 10 yards. Like, yes, all those things marry each other. Getting the play call in quicker, making your rookie quarterback feel more comfortable with the process of the game. Citing again tough practices, which I think is one of the most important things, because if you already said that those were things that weren't really and that were really an issue from the start of the season, and Shane Waldron kind of just allowed that to just continue on, where people were lackadaisical, and then you also didn't have some of the different positional groups working together or being in the meetings together. Like, those things matter. Now that Thomas Brown is saying he's got all the guys in the room at the same time, hearing the same thing, those things matter during that week of practice. You know, Caleb even talked about the details of routes, blocking. All of those things lead to success. And even though we didn't get the win, you saw progress and you saw development. You saw something moving in the right direction. And so hopefully, like you said, going forward, whether it's a win or not, in Minnesota, we want to continue to see that development. We want to continue to see that consistency from Thomas Brown, from Caleb. And I think that's what you're going to get, just because it seems like Caleb is more comfortable. And really sometimes that's all it comes down to, is you're making your player more comfortable to play the game.
Yeah, no, 100%. By the way, while we've been sitting here having this phenomenal conversation, we got over 100 in the chat. Over 200 in the chat. 200. There we go.
Well, 7 o'clock yawn. All right.
Kyle Shanahan elbow drops poodles. I saw that in the chat.
Yeah, I did see that.
Shout out to the chat.
I heard he puts ketchup on his hot dogs. We got to get him to Chicago. We got to get him to Chicago so he can put mustard.
That's the reason to keep him out of Chicago, dog.
Yeah, but we got to put a mustard on the ketchup. We got to put mustard on there. We got to substitute that with mustard.
That's tough. But no, man, I think when you have a conversation like this, you know, when you talk about the subtle changes that comes in, when you talk about just the voice, it's again, you know, I wanted to have this conversation because it again speaks to why I feel like this is an offense that can continue, why I feel like this is an offense that can contain itself, that actually can sustain being legitimate moving forward. Because realistically speaking, you know, like the biggest problem, it seems like, and maybe it's being overblown, maybe we're overselling it a little bit, but I really do believe the biggest problem with this team has been the signal caller. You know what I mean? On both sides. I've said this stat so many times over the last 3 days, bro. 1 in 68 million. If you weren't here yesterday, bro, Matt Eberflus had a 1 in 68 million chance to lose all 6 of the games that are like coaching decision game, 90+% win that he's lost, and that Packers game. 1 in 68. But go play the lottery, dog. Like, you're gonna lose it, but go play it. You know what I mean? But it really does speak to how different coaching can make your team. And talent wise, you know, I was having this debate with my brother yesterday. Shout out Bando. But I was just like, things could have been done differently. There's different plays that the Bears could have made, but at the end of the day, when you have a play caller who is just a losing play caller, there's nothing you can do. I look at Matt LaFleur and I was like, this guy calls plays that lead to wins. I look at Kevin O'Connell. I say, this guy calls plays that lead to wins. And I literally am looking at Kevin O'Connell's offense and I'm like, it's starting to die off. They're 8-2. Like, things are slowing up. They're 8-2. They're still balling though.
Dying off, but they're still winning.
You know what I mean? Like, I look at Dan Campbell, and I'm just like, that's a winning culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like when this ain't the NBA. When people say, the players got to make plays, I do agree with that. But the coaching does matter. And the Bears have some of the worst coaching in the NFL. That's just the fact. Yes, I still do. I do believe that Matt Eberflus is a great defensive coordinator. I do. Listen, he's lost some major pieces on his defense. Defense still holding teams under 20 or under 21. That's impressive to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's impressive. You stopped the Packers offense. The Packers have been rolling. And for the most part, you really didn't allow nothing except for a fluky play where Jalen Johnson trips over his own 2 feet. The best coverage corner in the NFL trips over his own feet and hits the ground.
Yeah.
And Christian Watson wide open takes it down the field. You don't touch him down, nothing, right? But it's just those moments where you go, how does that happen? And then I hear 1 in 68 million. I'm like, oh, you have losers at play callers. Not personal losers, but losers like actual NFL losers. Like you have guys that can't win games at play caller consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe changing that one thing is going to help the Chicago Bears for the rest of the season. Again, I don't think that it sends you on a streak of wins. But I do think that you saw, as Caleb talked about it to me, he talked about the comfortability that the offense had. He's like, yeah, we got time to assess what we're seeing. We can take a breath. You know what I mean? We're not rushed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just insane, though. It's just insane to see some of the stuff that we've had out there. So, shout out to Paul Gloria in the building. He said, I see improvement, but now I want Caleb to throw touchdowns consistently. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. That'll be the next level of growth is, you actually see him complete and complete going down the field and actually getting in the red zone and scoring.
I also can sit there and look at it though and go, he drove you down the field and you handed the football off to Roschon Johnson. He scored a touchdown. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's true. You know
what I mean? Like, he had a big pass that stopped at he stopped at the 5. And he turned around and handed it off to Roschon.
Yeah. I think that's more so a fan's desires to see him kind of get more touchdowns and more passing touchdowns. But yeah, you're still seeing improvement from them as a whole. So
yeah, no, that's all I want to see. I just want to see Caleb understand the offense. I want to see him continue to figure it out, and I want the offense to fit him, to fit the personnel that they have. KYP.
Yeah. There you go.
That's all I'm asking Matt Eberflus to do. Know your personnel, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. If you have not hit that like button, take the time out to hit that like button. Don't give us that Flus energy. Give us that Thomas Brown energy, dog.
Don't you do it.
Give us that Thomas Brown energy. Make a change. Right. Boom. 1 like. There you go. We're going to keep this thing moving along. We're going to take a quick break, listening to a word from our sponsors. And on the flip side, we're going to come back, talk about this Bears injury report. One name on the injury report that is a little bit concerning, but Matt Eberflus said he's not concerned. But we're concerned with you, Matt. Sick of your stuff, brother. Sick of it. Every day just hearing this dude. We'll be right back right after this. Kyle Shanahan punts Penguins. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https:/aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Welcome back. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Have it on good authority. The Kyle Shanahan leaves his back door open.
Oh, does he now?
Gotta watch
Gotta get that. Gotta get that fixed.
Hates the Aura music. Hates the Aura music. Gotta get this guy out of San Francisco.
Come on, Cal.
Come on. Die hard San Francisco.
What are you doing?
Hey, man, just talked about Caleb Williams pinpointing what the biggest change to this offense has been. Now we got to talk about some of the injury issues that the Chicago Bears team is currently dealing with. Injury report, not a CVS receipt this week, JC, but still a little bit concerning as some names on that list that could be useful in a game. That Ryan Bates, haven't seen him basically all season. That kind of sucks. Tevin Jenkins returning is good to see. The name most concerning on that list, though, actually two names: Elijah Hicks, DNP with an ankle; DeAndre Swift, DNP with a groin. Now, I'll also say this: I love that Flus is like, it's just, you know, when you're just done with somebody, like everything they say kind of gets on your nerves, bro. Like, I get what he was trying to say, but he's like, we're like, okay, what happened to DeAndre Swift? He's like, well, you know, he's running back. You know, he's got those quick twitch muscles. You know, quick twitch, and so, you know, sometimes those quick twitch muscles they pull a little bit. So that's what he's dealing with. But we're optimistic about it. What does that mean, Ricky Bobby? Like,
you just tired of anything he says, because that actually was a good explanation.
I hope so. He's a running back in the NFL. I hope he's got quick twitch muscles. Like, what does that have to do with this man's groin being pulled?
He couldn't just say he has a groin.
He's got a groin. He's got a groin. Well, he basically was like, he was trying to explain why he's not worried about it. Basically saying that, and he did say he's not worried about it. Basically saying that DeAndre Swift just needed some rest. You know, that it's not something that he expects to linger. That they are hopeful that he will still be available for this Vikings game, and he has to be. I mean, listen, this is a game where you want to protect your running back with the run. Roschon Johnson's still there, of course. Travis Homer over there, so you know we'll see what that ends up being. But I don't think that this is a end of the world when, at least how Flus is making it sound, he doesn't seem very concerned about it. The one that is concerning, again, like I said, him and Elijah Hicks being on there together. You know, Elijah Hicks going down. We saw a couple of safeties signed this week. Adrian Colbert, of course, returning to the team.
It's Colbert.
Adrian Colbert returning to the team. This guy, he summers in France. But just seeing some of those injuries, you know, like, listen, it's better than here's last week's.
Whoa. Wow, what a list.
Wow, what a list. You know what I mean? We're moving in the right direction injury-wise. Yeah. Bears are getting healthier, I believe, at the right time. Hopefully Swifty is able to go. But I'll say this. Listen, I love how Thomas Brown utilized Roschon Johnson last week. Yep. I think that Rojo is due for more use. I think that this is not a offense that he can't, or sorry, a defense that doesn't speak to his skill set of, hey, sometimes you got to punch somebody in the mouth to get where you need to go. I think that you're still in a good spot at the running back room right now. Maybe you got to bring somebody in late in the week. Maybe you don't, but I'm not as concerned about the DeAndre Swift injury, mostly because DeAndre Swift hasn't been super impactful, but he is nice in that short pass.
He's been kind of impactful, right? You give him his flowers every now and then.
I didn't know I signed an $8 million wide receiver.
Oh boy. Wow. Well, I mean, you know, that's what he's there for, to utilize his strengths. He's better in the pass game than the run game, yes, obviously. But as far as him being on the injury report, you know, you it's good that Eberflus said that he's not concerned, you know, so you hope that the closer we get to game time, that's something that doesn't bother him. Groin is something to kind of, you know, think about.
That can linger a while.
It's something that can kind of get you. So it's not like it's just like a back. Like it's, you know, maybe one day it feels good, then the next day, it's kind of bothering me a little bit. So that's something to kind of monitor throughout the end of the week, in my opinion. But you know, I think that's one of the reasons why I heard they also brought back Darrington Evans and Colin Johnson as far as roster moves. That was some of the moves that they made recently as well. So that could be just like a emergency backup plan to Rojo and, like you said, Travis Homer. And so, yeah, even if by chance DeAndre can't go, you know, you look for a game where Roschon Johnson is capable of, you know, carrying that load from the backfield, and probably might be a better option when it comes to the blitzing of this team. You know, the zero cover blitz and all the things, the engage 8, all that Brian Flores is going to throw at us. You know, Rojo probably is a better back when it comes to trying to plow through that middle and just, you know, pushing the pile up and things of that nature. So we'll see. Hopefully he does come back, because as we saw, he was a pivotal part of the offense in the Green Bay game. You saw him break off a few runs when the holes opened up, and you need that type of impact and playmaker on the field.
Yeah, no, listen, I'd rather have Swift out there than not, especially if I'm paying him $8 million.
Yeah.
I just think that it's not a position that I'm overly concerned about. Like you said, the Bears re-signed Darrington Evans to the practice squad a couple of days ago. I don't know if they'll elevate him for this game or not. Probably not. I would assume you go into this game probably with Rojo as your lead back, Travis Homer still on the roster, and kind of use Rojo as that workhorse. We know he's willing to do that. And you know, like I don't think that you're in a bad position there. I think more so my concern with Swift is that check down, is that guy who can be the third down speed option, is that guy who can break out on screens. Rojo really isn't that guy, although still a good pass catcher. You know what I mean? You saw him get involved last week, of course, in the fourth down play where Caleb Williams is losing his mind and saying, we need to go for this. It's still, you're still in a good spot. And I'll be honest with you, I'm looking to see the Roschon Johnson breakout game.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the big Rojo game. I'm looking for the game where they finally turn to him and go, you're the number one today, make something happen. Because I think he is that kind of running back where am I sitting here telling you he's going to be the breakaway speed guy? Probably not. He's not that guy. That's not his style. I think he runs a 4.48, closer to a 4.5. You know what I mean? Like it's not
too speedy.
It's I mean, listen, it's still freaking fast, bro.
From the normal human,
as we sit here fresh off of a steak, you know what I mean?
Hey, I can move. I can do about a 4.6.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to know what my 40 time is now. We said we were going to do that. Maybe we'll do that next summer when stuff is like slowly dying down. We all run our 40s. Because I want to know what my 40 time is now, because I'm not slow. I'm bigger, but I'm still not slow. Good legs, you know. I got good lower body.
I swear to God, if I'm slower than Rich Eisen, I'm just call it quits.
Is he still doing the 40? He is still doing the
run,
40.
Rich run, yeah, every year, just about, yeah.
That's Rich Eisen's 40, dog. You might need to start training for that. You might be slower than Rich Eisen, bro.
I gotta lay off the steaks. I don't know if I can do that.
Let's see what Rich Eisen's 40 time is.
And I think he's getting faster every year.
6.25.
Oh, come on now. If we can't do a 6.2, that's bad. If I can't outrun that guy in a suit, that is bad.
I don't know if you can do a 6.25, bro. I don't know if I got my money on you, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm an athlete now. Let's not get it twisted. All right.
That don't mean you won't pull that hamstring halfway down trying to beat a 6.25, dog.
That's all right.
I don't know about that one, bro. You might not have that, dog.
I think I do. I'm in the 5s. I'm not in the 6s.
Hey, you know what? You are right though. Like his 40 times, as I'm looking at him in 2028, he had a 5.98.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So, all right. Let's put it to the test one day.
That'd be hilarious, bro. We actually got to do that as long as Ringo does it with us.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Baki said Mr. Media is a 6.2, maybe a 6.0 with steak.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I lay off a couple of the steaks for a few days. All right, I'm gonna be.
No, we use it to your advantage, bro. We put a contraption on your shoulders that just hangs a steak in front of you. Yeah, it's just, and you run like a 4.4.
be gone.
Who's that big guy scampering down the 40-yard dash?
Oh, yeah.
All right, JC, let's finish this thing out, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let us know in the comments below if you're concerned about the DeAndre Swift injury. If you think that Flus is on games yet again with those quick twitch muscles, those quick twitch. You know what I mean? He's got quick twitch muscles. You got to watch yourself. Be safe. Be safe out here. Watch it crush it. Let's give our 3 keys to a Chicago Bears victory.
That's right. Be positive now.
Over the Minnesota Vikings.
That's right.
Let's start it off. Jordan, what is your number 1 key to a Chicago Bears victory over the Minnesota Vikings?
My first key, Pat, to a sure victory.
Sure is crazy.
Sure victory.
Sure is
over the Minnesota Vikings.
You are wild.
It's going to be this. Be efficient on first and second down. I looked up the stats on defense for Minnesota, and they might be the best defense that we are going to be playing.
15 interceptions on the season.
Lord
they fly around.
They don't play. But they are ranked 4th in points per game. But on third down conversion percentage, they are 7th. On 4th down conversion percentage, they are the best in the league. And we saw last week the Bears do an excellent job on 3rd and 4th down when they needed a play. And they were 9 for 16 on 3rd. They were 3 for 3. They were perfect 100% on 4th down. But my thing is, let's not try to get to those downs where we're behind the 8 ball. We don't want to be behind the 8 ball on 3rd and 4th down. And so I'm looking for the Bears to try and be as efficient as possible. What I mean by that is, hey, on first down, try to get you 5 to 6 yards. If it's a run play, get your 4 to 5 yards. Make sure that line of gain is as small as possible if you have to get the 3rd down. Make sure that you're not getting penalties that'll set you back 10 yards or 5 yards on the first or second play. So I'm looking at you, O-line. You know, because we always make this joke that on first down we get 6-7 yards, and then on second down we always get some sort of penalty call that takes us back. Now we're working from behind. Well, you don't want to do that against this team because they are very, very efficient on 3rd and 4th down defense, and that's something that we just don't want to test. So be efficient on 1st and 2nd down.
Yeah, Bears right now 11th in the NFL on 4th down. Fairly efficient team. On 4th down in general, and literally, like, when I say 11th in the NFL, like, one in the Washington Commanders and Buffalo are both tied for 1st. Kansas City's in 3rd with 80%. But they're not running nearly as many. Atlanta's in 4th with 73%. New England's in 5th with 69%. Nice. And then there's like 5 teams tied for 6, and then the Bears are 11th. So 6 is like Philly, Chargers, Houston, Detroit, Minnesota, New England. They're all at 66%, and then the Bears come in at 65%. So the Bears are completing at a high rate on 4th down, but I agree with you. Just you don't want to put yourself in the position where you have to go for it there, where you have to be aggressive. And you know, hopefully 3rd down completion for the Chicago Bears, like we know, that's much worse. Now, it was much better in the last game. It will be interesting to see kind of if they're able to keep that going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're able to keep that going, what we saw last week, a very efficient 3rd down completion percentage. I believe we were 7 for 12 or something like that, 8 for 12. But on the season, we're 31% completion percentage on 3rd down.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. So
not good. Need to see more. My number 1 key for the Chicago Bears
we got
versus the Minnesota Vikings. I almost said Timberwolves.
Versus Anthony Edwards.
Versus Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. How did we lose by 6? Flukes. But no, my number 1 key is get this running game established early, get this running game established often. Thomas Brown being a former running back, I do expect him to get this game established pretty quickly. To me, this is a no-brainer in a situation where you know this team is going to blitz a ton, find a weakness, find an opening, and I'm gonna be honest with you, as crazy as it sounds, it's probably to Braxton Jones's side. So hopefully he doesn't get murdered on that left side all day by Dallas Turner. But I just think that establishing this run game is going to change so much because now it's going to open up that play action. Now it's going to open up some of those naked boots that you've seen work, that we saw work last week. And now it's going to open up things that make Caleb Williams more comfortable. And included in that run game is Caleb Williams. They're going to be bodies flying past you left and right. If you don't feel comfortable, get the heck out of there. Very similar to what you did last week versus the Green Bay Packers. You have the legs. Why not use them? I understand you want to keep your eyes downfield. I understand that you want to, prove to be a passer. You are a passer. We've seen you pass the football well. Just do whatever you got to do to get the win and not get your head taken off. I saw you stand in there for 9 sacks 2 weeks ago. I don't want to see that anymore this season. You have control over that for the most part. He's still coming away with 3. You still got the offensive line that you got, but if we're utilizing that run game, I think it opens up so much in the passing game. And I also think that Caleb Williams being able to break contain. I mean, listen, maybe there's more of a spy on him this game, but the Packers really weren't spying Caleb. They were expecting him to throw the football downfield. And so, when you see Caleb just get out on the edge, just all right, I'll see you guys later. Those opportunities probably will still be there versus the Vikings. Take those opportunities when they come.
Yeah, hopefully they can get the run game going. I mean, this is, again, a huge test against that. This is a run defense that is at the top of the league. They're giving up 3.6 yards per rush. That's second in the league. And then yards per game for the entire game is 74.4. That's first in the league. So you're going to have a true test. Whether Rojo is starting or if DeAndre starts, there's going to have to be some sort of schemes called up so that you can try to get that run game going. So we'll see what happens. But I'll be positive. I'll say let's.
You're Mr. Positivity today. You're Mr. Prime Rib today.
That's right. Prime Rib is definitely on the menu. We'll see what happens. But I'll tell you where we will get a little meaty if that's the case. My second key for Bears victory over the Minnesota Vikings is the pass game. And Caleb, I want him to get into a groove and be accurate in his passing, because this is where you can kind of take advantage of this team with them always constantly blitzing a lot more in the box. Then I'm looking for hopefully them to take advantage of the one-on-one matchups versus the DBs. And so Minnesota's opponents' passing yards per game is 234 yards per game. That's 28th in the league, so close to last in the league. They're overall, they are just not a very good team when it comes to defending the pass. And so that's where you can take advantage of this team, and that's where you want to see Caleb continue to develop and just get out the gate. Again, we talked about him being comfortable, seeing passes continue to be completed over and over. That's where you can kind of attack this team, and that's where I think that the Bears can win this game if need be. We talked about in the earlier part of the season, Caleb throwing 40 to 50 passes. Maybe that's not the remedy or the way to success. Well, it might be the way to success in this game is that you might have to pass a little bit more than you run. And so hopefully that's what happens. And, you get involved with DJ, you get Keenan involved, you get Roma Dunze again humming as well, Cole Kmet. You got the weapons to do it. And so that's where I want to see us be successful.
Yeah, I just think that short passing game is the one that really, I think, is going to open things up for the Bears, especially the quick passes. Hopefully Swift is there. If he's not, just good blocking on the outside. I mean, we saw some really good blocking this week on the outside. Keenan Allen, you keep it up. Give me another week. Give me one more week, Keenan.
Please.
One more week of good blocking, Keenan. That would be phenomenal. My second key to a Chicago Bears victory over the Minnesota Vikings. Defense. Wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up. And I'm talking about on the run side. Aaron Jones is a dog. I am looking forward for fantasy purposes to what he's probably going to do to this defense this coming week. I'm excited. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I mean? But no, I just think that if you don't get this run defense going, it's going to make things incredibly simple for Sam Darnold. And listen, at the same time, Flus, if the run defense ain't going when you rush 4, rush 5. If the run defense ain't going when you rush 5, rush 6. Like, it is okay to blitz. I'm not saying you got to blitz all night, but I am saying that you need to blitz a little bit more than you have been blitzing. The Bears really don't blitz usually until somewhere halfway through the third quarter. You see a little bit more of a consistent blitz from this team. I want to see more pressure put on the quarterback, put on this running back, and just making sure that you keep him contained. I asked Tremaine Edmonds about this. The fall off has been tremendous in the Chicago Bears run defense. I mean, it is impressive that they're still good at not allowing points. They're still good at not allowing red zone scores, but their run defense is just so bad. And I was just like, what happened? Like, so much changed. You were the number one rush defense basically with the last with the defense last year.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you're struggling to stop the rush with the defense this year. Like, what happened? He's just like, listen, it's just about us being in our run fits. It's about us being in our, in our proper gaps, saying all the right things at the end of the day. And whatever it's about, you need to figure it out this week, because if these guys get an opportunity to run the football really well, they're going to take it, and it's just going to open so much up for Sam Darnold, for him to stand back there and not to say pick you apart, but kind of pick you apart.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's going to go to his options. Obviously, when you got the best receiver in the league, just throw it up there and just give him the 50-50 balls, and he has the length and the talent to go get it. So that is concerning. I do agree that, yeah, this defense needs to wake up. They need to kind of get back to their identity. I don't know what happened with the run game. I would use the excuse that, okay, well, you got Billings out for the season, but even when he was here, they still kind of had an issue with, run defense. So got to get that fixed. Got to get those little details down to try and stop it. Hopefully that starts this week. I'm actually going to use my third key. That's an extension of my third key, but my third and final key to a Bears victory over the Minnesota Vikings is imitate Brian Flores.
Ooh.
As much as he's probably going to engage 8 with us or cover 0 blitz or whatever, I want us to do the same exact thing, to put as much pressure on Sam Darnold, because he has a weapon out there is tops in the leagues. He has another weapon in Jordan Addison that is very good as well. He has a weapon in Aaron Jones also that's a very good pass catching running back. So I need them to try and get as much pressure. I need Montez Sweat to wake up. That's who I really want to pinpoint in particular. You got to get your sacks up, man. You have, yes, I said it. Get your sacks up. I need multiple sacks this game from Montez Sweat. There's, I understand the quarterback hits, the pressures, the hurries, the batted balls, pass block. Those are all amazing stats. I need you to get to the quarterback. I need Darrell Taylor to get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
I need DeMarcus Walker and Javon Dexter to get to the quarterback. Those names have been kind of quieted. We've talked so much about the rush run rate and the pressure at the very beginning of the season as them as a whole being one of the tops in the league. I don't know what's happened. They can't seem to.
You lost Billings. Billings was a big part of it.
But got to get there. Got to get there. I need you to put as much pressure on that team and see how Sam Darnold is affected versus how we're going to be affected from their pressure as well. So match pressure for pressure.
Yeah, no, I think that you do have to get to Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold is one of those quarterbacks, listen, if you get to him, you'll fluster him. That's just, it's who he is. And I think that, like you said, my key flowed perfectly into what you wanted to say. I think yours flows perfectly into mine. Not only get pressure on Sam Darnold, my third and final key, Jalen Johnson. Have yourself a day, young man.
Have yourself a day,
young man. We know what you can do. We know who you are. They know your name. Go out there and prove it. It's going to be you versus Jay Jettas.
Yep.
And this might be a game. Listen, dare I say, I know we don't have guys follow around much. You might want to have Jalen Johnson follow around Jay Jettas in this game. But I'm assuming that you're not going to change your entire defensive scheme. They're probably going to scheme on Tyreek. Tyreek's going to give up a massive play down the sideline. But stop him short at the one, and then we'll get a stop. But to me, this is a day for Jalen Johnson to absolutely cook. And it's a day that the Bears need them. I need you to be the best version of yourself that you've ever been. I need you to be the version of yourself that you believe you can be on a consistent basis, that you have shown on a consistent basis. Teams have not been able to pass the football on you outside of when you fall down flat on the field. Worst part about that is, too, I was talking with J-Mac yesterday. He said he talked with Jalen after the game, and Jalen said he was going to undercut that. He said the ball was thrown so poorly, I was going to undercut it and pick it off, but I tripped. And it's just like,
they could have went a totally different way.
Yeah,
that might have been the reason we won too.
Yeah. Well, losing teams. But no, at the end of the day, I think this is going to be this is going to be the biggest thing. This is going to be the biggest matchup for you probably of the year, receiver wise.
Yeah. Benny?
Yeah, this is going to be the biggest matchup of the year for you receiver-wise. So this is the time for you to showcase what you can do, showcase your talents, showcase who you are. The Bears need you in this one. And it comes down to that. And listen, I would love to say, the Bears are going to get pressure with their front four. They're not. I would love to sit there and say that the Bears are going to blitz early in the game and they're going to force Sam Darnold into some tough passes. They're not. It's going to come down to you versus him. And you got to make sure that you're the one winning that matchup at the end of the day. I think we won this matchup. We'll see what ends up happening on Sunday. But we're going to get up out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Those are our 3 keys to a Chicago Bears victory. Let us know your keys in the comments below. What are your 3 keys to a Chicago Bears victory? Also, I have it on good authority.
Oh, what do we got?
And Kyle Shanahan cracks crocodiles across the head with crocodile.
Oh, come on, Al.
Get him out of here.
What are you doing?
Sick of it, man. For Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. One love. Peace.
Man, they don't deserve that in San Francisco.
Bulls lost to the Bucks.
Yeah.
Didn't score in the last 7 minutes of the quarter.
I kind of figured that would happen. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Wow. What a hole.